Today's cameras are getting better and better every day. They allow us to do more for less. 4K video was an extremely expensive thing to have a few years back, but now we can find it in every flagship smartphone and a lot of entry-level DSLRs and mirrorless cameras. The level of quality has gotten so high that it is getting hard for manufacturers to distinguish themselves just through features alone. They need more. They need to also sell a feeling, a lifestyle. One company that has mastered this and created almost a cultish following to their camera lineups is Fujifilm. And today we talk about their new Fujifilm X-T3. One of the things that makes Fuji cameras so compelling is the beautiful vintage design that makes their cameras stand out from other camera companies. You always know when you are looking at a Fujifilm camera. The big dials and clicky buttons are just a joy to handle and play around with. This really makes it a pleasure to use this device. It's a design that's probably not for everybody, but I have found to love and appreciate. When it comes to video quality, there is pretty much nothing bad to be said about the X-T3. The 4K 60 with 10-bit colors is just insane, and the buttery smooth 120fps and 1080p is very pleasing to look at. The eye autofocus is snappy and on point for pretty much anything but very low light situations. This alone makes it a valid alternative to the GH5. Overall, the majority of us will not need more quality than this. Of course, you can't talk about Fujifilm without mentioning the famous color science. In my opinion, while very good, the colors are not the most accurate and natural you will find on the market. I personally tend to prefer Canon's just a tad more. But what Fuji colors will give you is a lot of character. Especially when using their fantastic film simulations or even just the official F-Log LUTs. For me, it was oftentimes enough to just slap the Eternal LUT over my F-Log footage and was pretty much good to go. That ability to trust the color science, in my opinion, is huge and can be a time saver if need be. Now let's talk about stills for a moment, because this is an area where the X-T3 shows an outstanding performance that definitely is worth mentioning. For fast movements, the camera shoots up to 11 FPS using the mechanical shutter, or up to a ridiculous 30 FPS using a 1.25 times crop and the electronical shutter. I have found the pictures to be very usable up to an ISO of 6400 or even 12800, if you don't necessarily plan to print it on a billboard. The last thing I want to talk about is battery life. Mirrorless cameras in general are not really known for their long-lasting batteries. That is why I went ahead and bought the battery grip that allows me to use 2 more batteries. And with 3 batteries, I've yet to run out of juice on a shoot. If you can spare the extra bucks, I can really recommend the grip. Now, there are some downsides that I want to quickly mention to balance out all the praise I was just handing out. The camera screen is a very high quality screen that looks and feels great, but unfortunately it does not fully articulate, which is a shame. I've had no trouble trusting the autofocus so far, but for various other reasons it is something that should be adopted by every camera manufacturer. What the camera also lacks is IBIS. Does this bother me? Not really. There are quite a few Fuji lenses that offer image stabilization, and if you desperately need stable footage, you will probably do better with a gimbal or a tripod anyway. I understand everybody's frustration with this, but me personally, I'm fine without it. The Fujifilm X-T3 is incredible, and despite its little shortcomings, it will be hard to find a camera that offers anything better, especially considering the low price point. It really is a bargain. And if you never used a Fuji before, just like me, go ahead and try it. Maybe you won't like it, but maybe you're like me, and the physical aspect of a Fujifilm camera will make you fall in love with it as well.